class of 2020 are certainly having a memorable senior year, but in most ways, not how they were expecting. I spoke with Principal Jenny Matazovsky and senior class sponsor Tim Sokolowski of Franklin Central High School about their graduating class, how they stepped up, and how they're being honored as they step out into the next phase of their lives. So is the word challenging a fair word to use for the school year this year, Jenny?
That would definitely be a great word to use for especially the end of the school year. The beginning of the school year was fantastic. Actually, coming into it, everything was set, ready to go, ran like clockwork, and then March happened. So since that time, we've been rolling with the punches as best as we can and trying to make sure that we can keep things as honorable and as traditional as possible given the current circumstances.
How did senior class handle it?
It was split, in all honesty. It's hard when you work 13 years for anything and all of a sudden that changes. So there's been a lot of feedback through the community, both understanding and at the same time, and again, rightfully so, a little conflicted about the fact that we have to go with a virtual graduation and that it's not the traditional ceremony we have at the convention center downtown. But again, all things considered with the governor's mandates and DOE expectations and stipulations, people were getting there.
Yeah. Teachers always wear a lot of hats. I'm guessing you actually had a few more.
Yes. So I've, along with being a government teacher at the school, I'm the commencement coordinator and the senior class sponsor. And then with a transition to e-learning, all of a sudden you become IT tech support, you become a Zoom guru, you become kind of constantly reaching out to your students in ways that was easier when you saw them 8 hours a day, face-to-face, 5 days a week in the building. And now it's just kind of been trying to keep your head above water.
So how are you planning to differently honor the senior?
Well, this year, obviously, we've got the virtual ceremony that you guys we're honored to be able to work with you guys to present that. It's also going to be available on YouTube and Facebook. So those, regardless of what type of access that you have, we're hoping everybody in the community will be able to view it one way or the other. Our senior awards are something we typically hold just in our auditorium with the families that are there with the students being honored. Those are now being broadcast and made available to everyone in the community as well. We are also having our senior pictures in their caps and gowns this coming week. They get to walk across the stage, have their picture taken, and the school corporation is going to make sure that everybody gets a copy of one of those so they don't have to worry about any of that as well. So those are things that are unique this year that have not happened previously. Usually they get a picture at the bottom of the ramp at graduation. So we wanted to make sure that they would still have something in that way to take home as a memento. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go after you, go ahead.
We're also trying to plan in the fall, and again, all of this is very dependent upon what comes out, so much like everything else right now, honoring our 2020 class at a home football game, if at all possible.
Oh, that's a great idea. I have a feeling that once people have heard this, that idea might pop up and be stolen, or I'm sorry, borrowed. Honored. So, Tim, tell me this, like as Jenny put it, since March happened, what sticks out for you with this class that you're going to remember for how they rallied during this time?
So the class of 2020 has been truly one to remember. I think of all my years of teaching, they've had the most school spirit probably out of any class that I've had. They've always been very service-minded, raising over $26,000 for Riley Children's Hospital, money for animal shelters in the community. And this kind of pause on the traditional learning that would normally occur in the building didn't really pause their sense of service, so to speak. Their dance marathon may have been canceled in person, but they still continued to raise money and go above and beyond. The Key Club and National Honor Society wasn't able to kind of finish off some of the community service projects that they had in person, but they were still able to raise money for local libraries in the community, the Sun organization downtown and things like that. So I think while it may have paused the in-person learning, it didn't pause their commitment to community.
That's fantastic. As a parent of 3 children in school, on behalf of other parents, I just want to thank you for your commitment, your dedication, and your passion. Jenny, Tim, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.